Hey guys, BreakWizard59 here today coming at you with another exciting LEGO video. And today we're going to try to tackle what is the best LEGO modular building. Now modular buildings are of course part of the Creator Expert line, and they are of course centerpieces of many LEGO cities with their highly detailed interiors, beautiful exteriors, and great price values. So today we're going to take a look and try to tackle by putting in order from 1 to 11 the 11 modular buildings which have been released up to date. So let's just quickly go ahead, go through all of them by name first, and then we'll get into it. We have on the top left, Cafe Corner, Greengrocer, Market Street, Fire Brigade, Grand Emporium, Pet Shop, Town Hall, Palace Cinema, Parisian Restaurant, Detective's Office, and the new Brick Bank. Now, the Cafe Corner was released in 2007, and the Brick Bank was released in 2016, with the rest coming in the years between. So, basically, how I'm going to be tackling this is not through personal preference, but rather through a bit of a system of values. So, basically, each modular will be graded from 1 to 10 on their exterior, interior, and overall value, meaning size and price. So those are the three categories I'll be grading, and then I'll be adding up the total score of each of those categories, and therefore giving one final number per modular, which I will then be rating in order. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the first one, which is Market Street. So this was actually the very first LEGO modular building released, and this was actually a bit of a special, as this was a bit of a fan-made set. But this set, I'm pretty sure, came out for only $90. So let's go ahead and get started. So first off, in terms of the exterior, it definitely has some great detail. I love how they use the droid arms for the railings, for the balconies. I love the use of that bright blue color and the tan. It really does look very good. You get some great detailing above the gate, as you could see, where the two baskets are of fruits. You get the nice spiral stairs. So overall, I'm going to be giving the exterior of this building an 8. In terms of the interior, the only interior detailing in this building is stairs. There's absolutely nothing else on the interior, so therefore the interior will be receiving a 2 out of 10. And finally, in terms of value, $90 was definitely a really good price for this modular, and overall I believe that the value of this building should be an 8. So that is the final. So exterior I gave it an 8, interior I gave it a 2, and overall value in terms of size and price I gave it an 8. So overall that has a final score of 18. Moving along, we're going to go and take a look at Cafe Corner. So first off, in terms of the exterior, I really love this exterior. It has some great techniques that LEGO really hasn't used in the past. We of course have the roof with the sloped dark red bricks. I really love that. I really love how they have some of the tiles on their sides. On the second floor, I love the awning on the first. The hotel sign, of course, looks great. Really love they actually made that brick built instead of using stickers. So overall, this is a great set. I'm going to be giving the exterior of this building an 8. The interior, like the last building, is pretty poor. The first floor is completely blank other than a couple of stairs. The second floor is completely blank other than a couple of stairs. And the third floor really doesn't have anything. So therefore, once again, I will be giving this modular a 2 for interior. And of course, 1 being there's nothing inside, 2 meaning there's very minor detail. And finally, we're going to take a look at value. Now this is $140, so they did up the price, but I'm pretty sure this has, other than the other than the town hall, and I believe the fire brigade. This has the third most pieces. So therefore, this has a very good value, especially because it's $20 under the other two. So therefore, this will be receiving a 9 in terms of its value. So therefore, its final score is 19. Next off now, we're going to go to the Green Grocer, which is actually my personal favorite. But let's go ahead and take a look. Now the exterior, once again, is really nice. I love the use of those cylinder pieces and the bricks alternating for the sides of the building. Really looks nice. That sand green color, it looks really beautiful. I love the curved window, which is like that Victorian house styled look. And I really do love some of the great techniques used all throughout the build, with of course some plates on the side. You got some nice arches where the balconies are. The roof has some really nice detailing as well. So overall, this will once again be getting an 8. Moving along, we look at the interior. They finally did do a bit of an interior on this building, giving it a bit of a grocery store on the bottom level. Very minor detailing on the second and third floors. Only there's a couple stairs, a grandfather clock, and I believe a desk. So definitely there is interior, but not as much as some of the new ones. So therefore, this is a bit more poor, but still higher than the ones before it. So therefore, it will be getting a 5. And in terms of the overall value, this has less pieces than the cafe corner. Um, Yet it was still at the $140 price range, but still it has about a 70-80 pieces less. So therefore this will be getting a value of 8 for its overall value and size, and I think that's a pretty fair rating. So overall, the greengrocer will get a 21. Moving along, we have the fire brigade. Now this building is really good on the exterior. They use a lot of tiles on the side. They're experimenting with that. They didn't do that too much before. I love how they actually have three-dimensional firefighter hats and tools on the sides. That looks really nice. You of course have the black or the dark red and light gray alternating tiles to give it that brick look, which I really do love. I love because it really pops out to you. I of course love that American flag, and then the detailing, especially making the 1932 brick built sign, is amazing. So this is going to be receiving a 9 on the exterior. On the interior, once again, it did very good. It will be receiving a 6, as it had some decent amount of space on the first floor, not as much, but you could fit the fire truck, a couple of the pole, you had a couple of tools, so definitely that was pretty good. Second floor was great. You had the cook's room, you had the fridge, you had the actual kitchen, ping pong table, you had a bit of an entertainment center, so it was definitely pretty decent on the interior. So overall, it will be receiving a 6. In terms of the value, like I said, it has more pieces. It has the second most pieces of all modulars, but one reason is because it has a lot of tiles. Yet it has a really good value, really good size for what you get. So it will be receiving an 8. So the overall score for the fire brigade is a 23. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the Grand Emporium, where I feel like LEGO did a little bit of a step back. But we'll get into that in just a sec. Alright, so in terms of the exterior looks nice. I love especially the roof. I love those arch pieces on the roof. The first floor looks amazing with those awnings and all, along with a few tiles on the side. The second and third floor, I feel like they were a little bit more simplistic, as they didn't have like fancy tiles on the side. Instead, they just used those modified bricks. But it's still a great build on the exterior, so it will be receiving an 8. Moving along in terms of the interior, where they did kind of take a bit of a step down compared to the fire brigade, where they really had a lot of detailing on both floors. Here there is a store on the first floor, which I definitely like, but it doesn't have as much detail, as there are a few tables with some perfumes. You get the escalator, which I love, and the nice changing room. but it's a little bit bare on that first floor. Second floor, there's some very minor detailing, a couple tables with a few like toys and glassware on the third floor. So they really could have done a better job on that second and third floor. So therefore, it's a bit more of a step down from the fire brigade. So it will be receiving a 5 on the interior. In terms of the overall value, I feel like it's a great set. It has a really nice size, but at the same time, there are a few more simplistic. It's a bit more simplistic, so it will be receiving a 7 for the overall value in terms of price and size. As also, it was a bit lower in piece count compared to the Fire Brigade. Next off, we got the Pet Shop. Now, in terms of the exterior, I really do love about this building is that it's two halves, so you really get more to it compared to some of the previous buildings. The exterior on the townhouse looks really nice. I love the use of some of those dark orange tiles. The pet shop, I love the brick built sign, of course. The second floor, they use those modified bricks, a little bit simple, but still pretty good. Love the detail on the third floor, so it will be receiving an 8. In terms of the interior, the first floor, of course, you have the nice pet shop I love. You have a couple of details on that second floor in terms of a bit of an apartment, and the third floor, a bed, which is good. But on the other hand, the actual townhouse apartment is blank on the second floor, and on the first floor, it's pretty good. It has the bathroom, has like a sofa and all, which is good. But the second floor is blank, and so is the third floor with just a couple of boxes, so it's not as good. So it will be receiving a 6 on the interior. And finally, in terms of the overall value, this is definitely a good set. It has two parts, which is really good. Piece count a little lower, and actually the size is a little bit shorter compared to some of the other ones in the past. So we'll be receiving a 7 in terms of the overall value, giving it a total rating of 21. And I'm sorry if I didn't mention, 20 is the overall rating for the Grand Emporium. Next off, this is the Town Hall, and this was a great set. This was, I believe, $170 or $180. I'm not completely sure, but it was or I'm quite sure it was actually maybe almost 200. So it definitely increased in price, but it increased about 600 pieces average in size, making this the largest modular to date. And the exterior definitely looks pretty good. I love the pillars. I love the croissants, which are used for that bit of an emblem. Once again, they have the brick built number, which I love. Good sized windows. Those parts, the dark orange parts, a little bit simple, but I love how they have flowers on pretty much all the second level floors. So it will be receiving an 8. In terms of the interior, this was some of the first buildings that actually had a really strong interior. Had some great offices, a bit of a meeting area on the first floor, had a bit of a desk, the mayor's office on the second floor, plus it had a working elevator. So the interior will be receiving an 8. Overall value, I love that it has a lot more pieces, but the price also kind of was a bit high compared for the price per piece ratio compared to some of the other buildings. So therefore, it's going to be receiving a 7. So the overall rating of the town hall is a 23. All right, moving along, we go to the Palace Cinema. Now, in terms of the exterior, it looks really nice. I love the Palace sign. I definitely love the movie posters. Second floor, a little bit more simple, but still definitely gets the job done. And then the roof looks really nice with those 1x2 or 1x1 cylinder pieces. But overall, I feel like this should receive a 7. They did a bit simplistic on the second floor. They could have done a bit more on that floor, but other than that, it is a really good build. In terms of the interior, let's see. So in terms of the interior, you get on the first floor the drinks and snack counter, which I really like. Then you get a stairs, I believe, to the second floor where you have the one showing room, like movie theater room. And it looks good. Definitely like it. But the first floor was a bit more simple compared to at least the town hall. I feel like they did a bit of a step down in terms of interior detail, so I'm going to be giving it a 7. Um, and finally, in terms of the overall value, very similar to the Grand Emporium, I will be giving it a 7 because it definitely has a few more less pieces, and it only has 2 floors, and it's a little bit shorter compared to the other ones. All right, so now we go on to the Parisian Restaurant. Now, this was one of the big buildings in terms of the exterior. They have some beautiful work done all throughout the building, especially that third floor with the white croissants, the clamshells, and all that detailing. It really makes it look elegant. I love that brick chimney on the side. I love that olive green type of color. Really adds a bit of a more uniqueness to the building. You get some great space outside. So overall, this building will be receiving a 9 on the outside exterior. Um, and then in terms of the interior, it's pretty solid as well. You get that beautiful kitchen. You get the good table seating on that first floor. Second floor, you get the balcony area with more seating. Then you also get some more detailing on the second floor. And the third floor, which I love, you have the nice artist studio, which they really haven't so far done detailing on that third floor as much. So overall, this was a pretty solid set, giving it a 8 on the interior. And in terms of the overall value, this set was great. It was once again a step up compared to a couple of the other modulars in the past. It was $160, but it definitely had a lot to it. So it will be receiving a 7 for an overall rating of 24. So definitely, so far, this is the highest rated building. And now we get on to the detective's office, which many people weren't as happy about, and we'll get into that just right now. So the exterior, first off, it looks pretty good. Of course, the barber's office has just plain brick, which I'm not a huge fan of. I wish they could have done some bit more detailing with that. It's a very skinny bit of a barber shop. They could have probably, I would have preferred if they just took out that middle hallway and just made the barber shop a bit bigger. That would have been good. Detective's office also a little bit, it's really nice on the first floor. Second floor is a bit more simple. And then you get the roof, which looks really nice. Love the way they did it with the Unikitty tails. So overall, it was a bit of a step down, but still pretty good. So I'll give it a 7 on the exterior. Moving along in terms of the interior. So the interior, lot of detail. I love the detail they put into this. You have the nice pool table and a ton of trophies and all on the first floor. The pretty detailed detective's office on the second floor. Barber shop. Even though it's small, it has quite a bit to it. With the bathroom on the second floor, you get your actual place on the first floor. You get a nice mirror piece, which is super awesome. Then a bit of a kitchen on the third floor. So it really adds detail to every single floor, therefore giving it an 8. Now, here's where many people weren't happy about was size and value. They went up $170, so $10 more, yet this had less pieces. This was smaller than the Parisian Restaurant, which wasn't too happy, especially the detective's office, 2 floors. In the past, when buildings have 2 floors, they are still large floors. This was a pretty small size, as it was actually about 2/3 of a floor shorter than some of the previous modulars, which really didn't make people happy, especially for that size. Owl's Barbershop is alright, it has a decent size, but it was mostly that detective's office they wished they would have just extended by one floor. So that overall rating will go down to a 6, so quite a bit of a step down compared to the previous one. And finally, the newest, we have the Brick Bank. And this has some great exterior detailing actually, especially on the first floor with those gold bars and all. And then I love how they have the implementation of a second building inside. Second floor is a little bit more simple, just using some modified bricks, but still it looks really good. Same with the bit of a laundromat there. And that's pretty much it. And then the roof is pretty good with some of those zip lines. So overall, this will be receiving a rating of 7. All right, and next off, we have in terms of interior, this was a great interior. Had some nice detailing with the bank. Second floor, you got the office. You got the little bit of accountant area. On the laundromat, you got the what is it? The dryers. You got some great detailing all across, but still, definitely, it hasn't been. It's pretty strong. Therefore, it's gonna get an 8. So these last 3 buildings have got all 8s for the interiors, meaning interiors are definitely improving as time goes on. Finally, size value. This is similar size to the detective's office, a little bit small compared to some of the other modulars, and once again at that $170 or $180 price rate. So it's going to get a 6 for a final rating of 21. Sorry, I forgot to mention the detective's office also has a rating of 21, and then again the Parisian Restaurant was 24. So that's a quick look at all the buildings in terms of their ratings. All right, so that's going to do it. Those are just a look at the ratings. So now we're going to go ahead and start going from 11, which is the worst, to 1, which is the best. So I'm just going to quickly go ahead and read these off now in terms of their total score. Now again, I want to just do this a bit quick because I know this video was a bit larger, but thanks so much for all of you who have stuck around. So let's get started. Number 11, we would have Market Street. Number 10, Cafe Corner. Number 9, the Grand Emporium. Number 8 is the Brick Bank. Number 7 is the Detective's Office. Number 6 is the Palace Cinema. And now for the top 5. So we have at number 5, the Green Grocer. Number 4, the Pet Shop. Number 3, the Town Hall. Number 2, the Fire Brigade. And number 1, the Parisian Restaurant. Now I know a couple of these people might disagree with, example, Cafe Corner at number 10, but that interior really brought down the entire value, even though it had the best value of all the modulars and probably one of the best interiors of, or one of the best exteriors of all the modulars. Same with like Market Street. So what I tried to show in this video is the overall appeal of the building. Exterior, interior, and value, not just one specific part of the building. So this is a bit more of an overall look at all the features that a great modular building needs to have. But there you go. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely give this video a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe for more. So this is Brick Wizard 59, and I'll see you all next time.